Thank you so much for interviewing with us today. Could you first introduce yourself with your name, the college you went to, and your current role?
So my name is Tristan Rose. I went to Cambridge Regional College and did my foundation art and design. And now I'm a business development manager for Hobbs Reprographics, which is a print company.
Fantastic. And thank you again for interviewing with us, Tristan. First of all, could you just tell us what you've kind of been up to since leaving college, a brief outline of your pathway?
Yeah, so when I left college, I decided I'd go to Australia, of all things. Went over there for 4 years, did nothing to do with my degree, but then I found myself kind of growing up and coming back to the UK, where I got a graphic design job, where it kind of helped me develop a lot of my skills that I learned. And I got to be very creative with the way I thought and did everything. Then I went on into the print trade, what I would say more mainstream, and now I'm a business development manager. And that basically is somewhat of a sales role. And I've now pretty much installed COVID signage. I've gone to fantastic tender bid printing and seeing how it's designed, helped with that creative process. And as you would think, a print company is quite boring, but it's actually really quite good fun. And yeah, it's been a fantastic somewhat long journey, but really enjoying it.
Brilliant. And as your role as a business development manager, could you give us a bit more of an insight? Like, what does your day-to-day kind of look like?
So my day-to-day, you make a coffee. Well, at the moment, it's pretty much, I would say, I'll give you the outline of what it normally is. It's basically you get up, go to the office, grab your coffee, look at what you're doing today from your plan, then go out and visit clients. Really, you got some fantastic people working at Hobbs. We work with the royal household. So unfortunately, you don't get to meet the Queen, but you get to meet her representatives. And yeah, just meet people every day, talk about what their project is, come up with some creative ideas, really put your creativity to its test, really. Build the confidence, have a chat, and sometimes they ask you to have a drink out, and that's it. That's your day, and then repeat. So it's really good fun. I think that one of the drives actually is you're making money and you get commission, so that's a nice drive for it. And that's what motivates me the most.
Fantastic. And thinking back a little bit to when you were at college, what was your favourite part about being at Cambridge?
Favourite part about being in Cambridge, I think when I stepped through the doors into the art room, I found it was just open. There was not much in there, but that was brilliant because our tutor said, this is your space. You can do what you want with it. And so some people were sitting on the floor, some people were sitting at a desk or a table, some people were just lying down all the time. It's fantastic. Like, that was just so much freedom. And for me, it was that kind of showed the kind of confidence in the way they taught things. And actually that kind of freedom has kind of progressed on as to I'm now free in my role, free to kind of do whatever I want and apply that creativity. So yeah, it's oddly really quite passed on quite well. But yeah, it was a fantastic experience.
Yeah. And thinking about maybe, did you have any skills that you started to develop at college that you still use in your current position?
Yeah, so with the college, when I went there, I was somewhat of I wouldn't say of a nervous individual, but my social skills weren't exactly the best. And going straight into college where there's like hundreds and thousands of people, you just walk past them every day, and the class was quite large. I think I applied to be a prefect in my tutor group, and that was a massive step for me. And that was building a lot of social skills, and you kind of have more. There was loads of initiatives to do back when I was there, and I'm sure there still is. But that kind of progressed on nicely in my role now, because I talk to people every day. I meet people every day. And not once did I think back then, oh yeah, I'll be able to do that now. If you said that to me like X amount of years ago, that would be like, oh no, that's ridiculous. I would not do that.
Absolutely not.
That'd be literally my worst nightmare. But then now it's probably the most rewarding, enjoyable job I've done. So.
Fantastic. And thinking about those learners who are on your old course or maybe doing something similar, do you have any advice for them going forward?
Yeah, don't be afraid of stepping outside the box. Don't be worried about your path, because my path into what I thought initially I was going to do is completely different now. I wanted to be an art teacher, and that's so far from what I'm doing now. So things always change. Every year things change, as we know. And you just have to just learn to adapt and never be afraid of being creative, really, and being yourself.
Amazing. Thank you so much for interviewing today, Tristan. That's been really helpful.
Oh, my pleasure. Thank you.